before I get into what these fundamentals are, JH, I have to sort of talk about what the golf swing fundamentally is. And I say that because, again, you've got a picture in your head. You know what a golf swing is. You've been around golf your whole life. I know what a golf swing is. The viewers know what a golf swing is. But maybe we've never thought about it in the terms that I would like to define it as. And that is that if I've got my feet are one end of a long line here that ends in the club head. Okay, so you could look at this as the base is my feet and the apex is the club head. Can you see that? Now, not for nothing, but we'll maybe talk about this in future discussions, but Hogan called his final irons and the last 10 versions of them apex, right?
Yeah, he did indeed.
Yeah, so I want you to keep that in mind, okay? The club head is the apex of the swing and your feet are the base.
Yep.
Now that is a long line that runs from your feet through your legs, through your body, through your arms, into your hands, which are together on the club, up into the club. That's a long line of the swing. That structure is the swing. Can you see anything in that's in the golf swing? Anything that's not here that's in the golf swing? Right. So that is what the golf swing is, and it's folded over. Okay, so that's where everybody begins. This doesn't disappear, right? This structure.
It's just condensed.
Right, it's folded over.
Yeah.
And then the swing itself, this is the mechanism that produces the swing. Okay, what are my hands connected to? The club and my forearms, let's say, via my wrists. My arms are connected to my body's connected to my legs. So are my feet connected to the club head? Yes.
Yeah.
Right, through me.
Objectively, yeah.
Well, they are. They're connected to me, but they're not connected to me, to the club head, rather, the feet directly, as in, I'm not going around like this, right?
Yeah.
However, they are connected.
As
but
a continuum. Yeah.
but this is where it's important, is that your feet are connected, but they aren't connected unless it's all the way through you.
Yeah.
So in other words, the way to connect my feet to the club head is to connect my feet via my legs and my body and my arms and hands to the club.
Yeah.
I have to go through the system to connect it.
And you have to feel the system.
Right, exactly. So what we're looking for, ideally, all these fundamentals that we're going to talk about, they're going to connect that end, the apex, to the base. And the way to do that is, again, through the whole length. It's not something off to the sides, nothing arbitrary, right? Okay. So let's say that if I were to disjoint something within that system from the middle, I would disconnect the ends from each other.
And
you'd
be outside the mechanism.
Right.
The whole structure, you'd be outside it. You want to stay inside.
But that's exactly what I'm talking about. So that's what we'll be talking about.
Yeah, okay.
So the idea is that, see, as far as I know, nobody talks about the swing.
Never heard that.
Right. No. But I will say this, is that if you think about the swing in these terms, then things make a lot more sense than when you think about it in other terms. Because if you think about this, what are most people, when they think about the mechanics of the swing, they're normally thinking about the shape it makes, aren't they?
Yeah, because they're conditioned to, because
Right.
they've seen that in the past. And
Precisely.
That's actually the golf swing.
Yes.
They don't understand what creates that shape, or a shape.
That's exactly the point I want to get to, is that something creates the shape.
Yeah.
So if something's creating the shape, should you focus on the shape or should you focus on the thing that creates the shape?
Creation.
Exactly. So if I were to look at this camera, and you're standing down the line from me,
Yeah.
okay? If I look at the camera, so the camera is caddy view, if I were to lift it vertically, the club, without any momentum at all, just lift it straight vertically. From your view there, JH, the camera view, that's a straight line.
Yep.
From your view, if you watch this, it's an arc, isn't
Yeah,
it?
of course it is. It's a vertical arc.
Right, you can see the arc that it's transcribing. Now, from your view there, if I attempt to take it straight back and straight through towards you and away from you,
Yep.
the camera can see that it's an arc, like a pendulum. And you can see that it's an arc this way.
I can hear.
Yeah. So from my perspective, creating that, I'm creating a straight line side to side,
Yep.
and yet from the camera's view, it's an arc up and down, like a wave,
Yep.
and you're seeing the arc in to out,
Yep.
right? So we've
I am
got,
seeing that.
right, so we've got really 3 dimensions of arc here,
Yep.
okay? We've got this arc, we've got the 2 arcs here, okay? So really all that the golf swing creation of a shape is this long line folded over at the armpits, unfolding and refolding and unfolding again.
That's what it is.
That's what creates it.
That's what it is.
Right, exactly.
That's the
Right.
atomic particle.
Yeah.
Right.
So the long line folded over, unfolds, creates an arc of some type, refolds, and then unfolds on the other side to finish the swing. Okay, now whatever shape that creates, people are obsessed with trying to make a shape, and it's like, well, hang on, the unfolding and refolding of your swing is already creating a shape,
Yeah, that is the shape.
and now you're fighting the shape, right? Why are you doing that? Well, because we don't think of the swing the right way.
No, we don't.
Okay, so the first fundamental thing to understand is that the swing is a long line, the base is the feet, the apex is the club head. The base and the apex start very close together. Then they get about as far apart as they're ever going to get, and then they come back together before fleeing each other once again. Okay, and that action is what creates the shape, the way that happens.